Airsoft landmines are not a common occurrence on the field. Most are big, inconvenient, and can sometimes be expensive to run. So we decided to create a landmine that makes a massive cloud like most other mines, but with a unique approach. This is the PBM-25, or the Power Blast. The PBM-25 uses a standard gas blow-like pistol magazine as the power source. It takes regular Glock/AAP01 magazines and uses the gas from the mags to create a powerful blast of powder. Using a gas magazine gives the added benefit of easy accessibility, since most people already have a GBB pistol. This also makes it very cheap to run since it's powered by green gas, or even cheaper, propane gas. The powder spews out of the two side ports at an angle, creating massive clouds on both sides of the target. Having the clouds come out of the sides makes it so that the target doesn't get completely smothered with powder. It's also a safety hazard if it shoots straight up, since it can go through the gap in some eye protection if you're not wearing full seal. Let's get to some of the actual features of the mine and how it works. As mentioned before, it's powered by a gas pistol mag which slides into the mag well. It locks into place with a spring tension magazine catch, which also acts as a mag release with the push of this button. For the powder, there's one main chamber at the front with two side ports where the powder spews out. Having two side ports gives a super cool dual cloud effect. Now, how does it work? On the pressure plate, there's a firing pin, which is actually height adjustable. If it's too low to the point that is damaging the valve on the magazine, it can be raised. When pressure is applied on the plate, the firing pin moves down and pushes the valve on the magazine. The gas flows out of the gasket and into the powder chamber, where it pushes the powder out of the two side ports at high pressure. This creates two massive clouds on both sides, eliminating the target. Using the mine is very simple. First, fill the magazine with gas as you normally would. We're using propane with a propane adapter, but you could use any airsoft gas like green gas or even red gas. CO2 would work, but since all the gas is being released at once and CO2 is high pressure, it would most likely freeze the seals. CO2 cartridges are also a lot more expensive than propane or green gas. A good way to get a more powerful blast while not using CO2 or high pressured gas would be to use a high flow output valve on your magazine. You can either modify your existing valve or buy a proper one, but it's not required. Once you fill the magazine with gas, insert it into the mag well until it clicks into place. Align the pinholes at the front and insert the pin. Finally, load the powder into the main chamber. In terms of what powder to use, you can basically use anything you want. You could use specific airsoft marking powder, cornstarch, flour, or even ash if your field allows it. It's easiest to use a funnel to pour in the powder or just a sheet of paper. Covering one of the ports, pour the powder through the opposite port and give it a few taps, repeating this until it's full. To prevent the powder from falling out during transport, make wads out of paper towel, tissue paper, or anything similar to pack each exit. You can either remove these or leave them in once the mine is set, as it works both ways. Once you found a good spot for the mine, pull the safety pin and camouflage it based on your environment, making sure not to completely cover the ports. Now, whoever steps on it and activates it is going to be met with a massive surprise. The mine itself only weighs about 240 grams, which is extremely lightweight for an airsoft landmine. Obviously, the magazine takes a lot of the weight, weighing about 520 grams fully loaded. Even with the magazine and the powder, it's still light enough to easily carry on the field. It also measures only 60 millimeters tall, meaning you don't actually have to bury it in the ground. The pressure plate covers the entire area of the mine, giving it a slightly better chance of being set off. If you step on the front, back, or either side, it will still activate. This is different from traditional landmines where more of a large button is used. As usual, if you want some information on how you can get your hands on a PBM-25, check the description.